Hey, brave souls, welcome to the Brave Evolution podcast. I'm your host, Chantel Hampton, and this is your boost of empowerment.
The Brave Evolution is all about you being brave enough to dig deep and face the fears, face the ugly, and face the horrible cards you were dealt, and allowing those beautiful jewels deep inside of you to take root and to grow.
So I definitely started a video about 5 hours ago, and I could not finish it because I kept getting phone calls, but I'm finishing it now. It has been a month. We're almost at the end of September. We are entering into the Jewish New Year, and this month has been a month of, for me, stillness. Reflection, stillness, regrouping, refreshing, re-energizing and reigniting passions and desires, and going back and rehearsing those things that I've decided to focus on in August. And okay, what does that look like? What does that mean? What does that entail? And really taking the moment and the time to sit with it. I had to really embrace those things that are not going to work, and recognize, let everything come to a settle inside of me and around me. And that happened when I decided to be still. So often we continue to move and we continue to go through the motions, thinking that we're doing things that we have to do, instead of recognizing that it's when we pull back and sit down and be still in the moment that we can actually see the bigger picture. We can actually get more clarity on how to move, and not move just by beating the wind, but move with a targeted motion, with a targeted and precise motion. It's so important, I feel like, at any point in life, to move with a purpose, and to move on purpose. For me, the stillness served many purposes. But as I told you last month, if you did not hear it, please go back and watch last month's podcast or videos. And I brought up the fact that I needed to focus on what the Lord gave me the vision for, which is to build the school and to really start setting up systems in order to educate and empower this next generation. And I really needed to take time to recognize what that looked like for me. Because I was going and trying to make things happen and trying to push it, but I recognized that it wasn't fully working the way that I wanted it to. And then I start burning myself out and get tired. And I guess in this time, recognizing that until you sit down, until you come to a place of rest, internally, emotionally, physically, a lot of times the clarity that you're looking for won't fully come. In this day and age, there's so much rushing. There was a movie I watched years ago called The Devil and Daniel Webster, and I love that movie. It's such a good movie, but in essence, it is about a man who was a farmer, and he sold his soul to the devil in order to get riches. He was struggling. I think he had just got married. He was struggling, and he was trying to make ends meet. So he sold his soul to the devil, and he got put into a position where he was making money, and he was seemingly getting blessed. But things, as he kept moving, it's almost like he got into the rat race, and he was on a hamster wheel, and things started moving faster and faster and faster and faster, and like faster to the point where it was uncontrollable. And he was so tired, and he was so like, oh my God, what, like he lost focus and he lost track of everything. And it came down to the point, I don't remember everything regarding this movie. I actually want to watch it again now. But pretty much the devil took him to court. Like there was a court case in heaven regarding Daniel's soul. He wanted his soul back. And there was a literal fight and a case against getting his soul back because he sold it over. And so I find that in this time, and I'm bringing this up because so many times, whether we know it or not, we are selling our soul, the essence and the core of our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, our time, our energy, our desires. We're selling our soul to an enemy of our souls because of the things that we want. We want what we see on reality TV. I know so many people that watch these reality TV shows and they want to be those girls. Like they want to be, they want to have all the designer stuff. They want to have all the clothes and the cars, and they want to live this certain type of life because of the way that it looks. They want to drive a certain car. They want to, all this stuff like that. They want to get to a certain place in their careers. They want to be the boss and all of that. And as I've had to step back from it and really examine, in my sitting, examine who am I and what do I really, really want? And more than anything, I realized the thing that I want, those things are intangible. I want peace. I want joy. I want love. I want stability. I want just creativity. I want to flourish and nurture and to love on family and friends. I want community. And those things are so much more valuable when you step back and you sit and you don't allow yourself to get caught up in that race and that going faster to keep striving for things. You recognize what's truly, truly important. One more thing before I let you go. When my father was transitioning, and I know I probably talk about him a lot, but it's my heart. I miss my dad. And his birthday was on September 17th. But when my father was transitioning, he had the stroke in 2000, and he had a stroke in 2016. And so at that time we could have lost him, but we didn't. God gave us literally 2 more years with him. I remember in August or September of 2018, I kept moving back and forth. Like I couldn't sit still. I didn't want to sit still. I didn't want to deal with the fact that I saw my father just literally like losing everything that I've known him to be. It was hard for him to talk sometimes. It was hard. He couldn't walk. He could no longer play the piano. Like there was so much, and that's just part of it. But there was so much that I watched disintegrate in front of me. It was painful. But he told me, he said, I promise you, I'll never forget, I walked downstairs by his room and he said, I promise you, it won't be like this much longer. Give me 3 months. Give me 4 months, I think he said. This is like September, October. Give me 3 months. And I promise you, it'll be different. I looked at him and I said, okay. I had my computer in my hands because I was getting ready to work. I said, okay. I put my computer, I went upstairs, I put it back, and I came right down. And for those 3 to 4 months before, 3 months before he went back into the hospital, he was in and out of the hospital, I sat with him in that room and we talked the best way he could, or we just watched a show together, because sometimes that's all he could do. We watched shows, or he slept and I was there, and I just spent the time with him in the room. And my mom and I would rotate. I slept on the couch. He had his hospital bed in the room, and helped him get his food and all of that in the middle of the night and day and everything. And I spent that time in service to him, and I sat and I was still. It was hard at first because I didn't want to deal with and face what was going on. But when I sat, I started to value and appreciate that time that he and I had. Then he went into the hospital, same thing. Like, I ended up bringing my computer a few times, and he would roll his eyes, he'd get mad. But I decided to just be there and be present in those moments, be present with him and hear and watch. And I'm gonna do a video. I've been really feeling to do this in the next couple of days, but just regarding his whole ascension, when he transitioned out of here, because I feel like so many people lost so many people in these past few years. And the experience that my family had was really, God was in the midst. That's what I can say. So I'm going to share that. But I cherish and I value, and I'll never forget those moments. I decided to be still and obedient to the fact that he was asking me, he was begging me, he was pleading with me to sit and be still so that I can embrace those moments. And it was in those 3 to 4 months that I got to see my father and have that time with him that I never had before. And all those times that we were working on together, all those times that we had done projects together, all those times we traveled up and down the road. We did so much together, but it was in those 3 to 4 months that I decided to sit and be with him, and sit still and be with him. That changed my life and my perspective on life more than anything. So I say all of that to say, what is life telling you to sit in, face, and embrace? Because after this season, after you transition, after you cross over into that next space, you're never going to get this time back. You're never going to get this moment back. You're never going to get the ability or the moment to sit and be still in this moment. So what is life getting you to face right now? What is it having you to really look at, ponder, reflect on, rehearse, regroup, refocus on? What is life telling you to do that in? That's going to take you sitting down and asking yourself that question. Recognizing what's happening and what's been going on. What's been a reoccurring theme in your life at this moment. Take those moments to do that and embrace it. And then allow yourself moments to be still. Take some time out to just sit. Sit in the car if you have to. Turn off all the TVs, turn off all the distractions, turn off your phone. Run some hot water. Like, I've been taking more baths more than ever this month. And just sitting. And just not allowing myself to race, put my phone down, leave it on the charger, get a book, or just sit there. Literally just sit there. We need it. You need it. We really need that. And in these last few days of September, take this next week to try to do that and regroup before we enter into this Jewish New Year. I know not everybody celebrates that, I get that. But before we enter into October is going to bring something else. But you have an opportunity to embrace the stillness. I love you all. I hope that was encouraging. If you enjoyed it, please share, please like, please comment. I truly appreciate you. And as I've mentioned before, that this brave evolution process for me and this whole podcast, all of it, is not for popularity. It's for me to document and to share and encourage and empower, but to document what God is dealing with me on in this season and how He's getting me to bravely grow. Be courageous in my growth. Be courageous in my venturing out in life and embracing who He's called and purposed me to be. And so I am simply giving you a glimpse into that and hoping that you join me on this brave, courageous journey of growth. With that, I say be healthy, be divine, and be nothing but brave. I love you. God bless you.